Hi and welcome back. My name is Caro, and on this channel I share about my art, my love for our planet, and my journey towards living a sustainable life. I've been doing plastic-free July for the past 2 years, but since 2020 is a completely different scenario, I wanted to share with you what my intake to plastic-free July will be this year. Since I started my journey towards a low waste and plastic-free life, I found my go-to shops in Brooklyn for all things bulk, plastic-free, refillable, and package-free shopping. And Plastic Free July is a wonderful campaign made in order to raise awareness and have us all take action in order to stop trashing our planet. But in the middle of a worldwide pandemic, and when some of us are living in survival mode, it's important that we aren't threatening our health both physically and mentally and try to be 100% waste-free. This also has me thinking a lot on the privilege I get to experience for not living in survival mode constantly as others do. This makes me realize that we still need a lot of systematic change in order to make sustainability accessible for everyone. I actually started my low waste journey when living under poverty line, and I have a lot to say about that, but that is a whole topic for a whole other video. And as most of my sustainable go-to shops are closed due to the pandemic, I won't be doing Plastic Free July completely as I have in the past. I will be doing as much as I can, but I won't risk getting my essential care, including food, for the cost. So within this month, I've decided that I will be focusing on going deeper on other aspects of sustainability. And these are some of the invitations on other changes we can do to support the environment, which also means supporting ourselves. The first one is composting. Composting is so important and essential to stop trashing our planet. Composting is queen because when food scraps are sent to landfills, they decompose to produce methane, which is a greenhouse gas with more than 20 times the global warming capacity of carbon dioxide, meaning that if we find a way to compose our foods, we're actually making one of the biggest changes we can do. So we could focus on either starting a warm bin to make compost at home, or research any food scrap drop-offs in your area. I think that farmers market as well as community gardens are a good starting point. And if you live in New York is canceling the food scrap recollection programs they have, like GROW's New York City's zero waste programs, which include the zero waste schools, the composting, stop and swap, and general recycling outreach and education. So if you're in New York, you could also use July to find ways to save our compost. And if you are in Brooklyn, I also suggest that you check out BK Rod, which is a community empowered composting service in Bushwick. They represent a localized green economy rooted in the principles of environmental justice, and they get the youth involved in intersectional environmentalism, as well as being a fossil-free facility. They are amazing. I highly recommend that you check them out if you are in Brooklyn, and they are collecting food scraps. They are not subsidized by the government. Also pushing for systematic change both in the government and big corporations, so you can do some research on where the candidates stand towards supporting environmental changes. And the same goes for big corporations. There are tons of resources to help us email and ask brands to either change their packaging containers, their single-use plastic products, as well as asking any political candidates for their plans on sustainability and environmental justice. And another thing that we could do this Plastic Free July is that there are tons of online shops who have sustainable packaging. So maybe making some research and trying some of these products out is another great way to go. Some of my favorite online shops with plastic-free options are the package-free shop in Brooklyn, Meow Meow Tweet, Shea Brand, Fat and the Moon, and so many more. I know I owe you all a blog post on this, as well as a video and a blog post on my zero waste hair care routine. So I will be working on those for sure. Number 4 is signing up to a zero waste class or program online. I am enrolled in a zero waste school by Permacrafters, where I'm learning so much about making my own products, about greenwashing, about which ingredients are more sustainable than others, about environmental justice, environmental activism, and much more. I will leave all the information on the video's description. They are amazing. And yeah, I just think that do as much as you can this July and do your plastic-free month either later this year or maybe next year. We could do June and July plastic-free. And instead of focusing on going 100% plastic-free, try and do your best without losing your mind. Now I want to share with you some of my favorite plastic-free choices that will help me go through my version of plastic-free July, as well as the plastic options I will keep buying this month because fuck it. I have been using shampoo and conditioner bars for 2 years and love these. I have these silicone bags by Stasher to keep them in my bathtub. I use a wood toothbrush as well as bar soaps, as refillable liquid soap isn't available. I get my sunscreen from Meow Meow Tweet, which comes in this refillable container. I get my refillable deodorant from Meow Meow Tweet, and thankfully the last week before lockdown I filled this whole jar of honey with it at Package Free. For laundry, I've been using plastic-free soap by Drops. And I use a loofah to clean the dishes instead of a plastic-based scrap. For kitchen bags, I have these compostable bags, which are also good for the food scraps I compost. And for my period, reusable period underwear by Thinks. For grocery shopping, I use my reusable bags by Bagoo, and these bulk bags, as we are still able to go to the farmer's market once a week. Can't forget my reusable mask by my good friend Lucia Seguin. Her masks come with a pocket to put extra filters on. As far as the plastic I'm using during quarantine, I'm buying quinoa in bags as well as other legumes. I'm buying packed frozen fruit as well as toothpaste in plastic tubes. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I do want to start making more videos showcasing my low waste journey and my low waste options and everyday choices. So feel free to leave any questions you have in the comments. I will make my best to answer as many as I can. And feel free to subscribe to my channel if you like what you see here. I'll see you next time. Bye.